Hi, I'm the sweet, sweet taste of tap water when you wake up at 3 a.m. Aki.
And I'm human t-shirt, Chrisu.
Welcome to Let's Try.
And Happy New Year! We're playing Arknights.
We are.
Happy New Year in February. It's February
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So this game comes from the makers of Azure Lane, which I've
Yes.
not played.
Nor have I, but I feel like I've played some of it via osmosis at this point.
I don't. I actually had never even heard of it until you messaged me about this game and was like, this is
Really?
a game that was made by the same people as Azure Lane, and I was like, oh,
What's
cool.
that?
I don't know what that
I
is.
didn't know. I have like this one Twitter mutual who really likes Azure Lane, and so thanks to that person, I found out about this game like literally hours before it launched, so I was able to pre-order it and get the pre-order bonuses.
Yeah, I had never heard of it.
Yeah. So what can we say about this game? What can you tell us about it?
Okay, so the main thing about it is that it is a tower defense game.
Yeah.
Which is pretty unusual for, like, gacha RPG type games like this. Like, if you've played many of the others on the market, they usually either follow something like an FGO style combat, which we notoriously do not enjoy.
Yep.
Or there's stuff like Brave Exvius, which is purely turn-based. There's stuff like Dragalia Lost, which is like more action combat-y. Star Ocean was like that as well when it still existed. RIP. But I have yet. I mean, obviously if there's another like high-profile tower defense type cute girl gotcha game on the market, I'm sure someone will inform us. But I have not encountered one thus far, so it's a little different in that regard.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the main thing. It's also got this really cool like cyberpunk aesthetic.
I'm honestly obsessed with the aesthetic.
Yeah, it's like very. I mean, it's not like whole hog cyberpunk. It's like a little cyberpunk. It is like a lot of military chic, a lot of like military winter operations chic.
Yeah.
And yeah, the art is fantastic. It's like all the characters look great. Even the lower rarity characters are really cute.
They are. They get like some unique forms when you promote them eventually.
Yeah,
which is cool as well
nifty.
for people who like alt art. I'm sure everyone likes alt art.
Yeah, I think that's like a universal thing among people who play these kinds of games. So apart from, I mean, like most of the stuff in this is pretty, like the features are kind of what you'd expect. In terms of like, you know, you have squads, you do missions, you have a gacha component, there's quests, daily quests and stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like the best thing to do would probably be to showcase the combat first because it's the thing that's probably the most unique.
Yeah, I've actually just, while we were chatting, I went into like the last story stage that I did, which I think was 2.5 or 2.6, and I just have it on auto deploy.
Yeah. So that's okay. Yeah. So that's a nice feature. Well, it's like mostly a good feature. So if you clear a level on this, and you don't have anyone get into your base.
Yeah.
And you get like a 3-star victory or whatever, you can auto deploy.
Yeah.
Which means it basically takes your last team, your last strat, and recreates it in real time. You actually have to watch. Or you don't have to watch. You have to sit there and watch, but you have to have it playing.
It has to occur.
It doesn't skip it like some other games will let you do, where you just sort of skip the whole thing and get your rewards. You have to sit there and let it do its thing.
Yeah.
A word of caution is that one of the things that it does is it snapshots your team as it was, but it doesn't pay attention to things like what level your units are or how much they cost to deploy. So like each unit has a deployment cost, and you slowly accumulate it as a battle goes on. Certain units give you like deployment points back.
Yeah.
So if you happen to promote a unit and they suddenly have a higher deployment cost and the game doesn't know this and it tries to deploy them when you deployed them last time, it will get an error.
Yeah.
And you will have to take over your auto deploy thing to make it not do that anymore. You have to like fix it, because otherwise bad stuff happens. Well, not bad stuff. You just like won't.
You just lose or whatever.
You just might lose.
Or don't get all the stars.
A word to the wise is make sure that if you plan on grinding something using auto deploy, that you use your like most recent lineup so that none of that stuff happens.
Yeah. You have to kind of not babysit it, but you have to like be paying attention a little bit.
Yeah.
But like conceptually, I decided I don't think I want to talk about the story too much because
it's good.
It is really good, and the way that
really
it's
good.
set up, I think it's really cool to go into the game not knowing too much about what it's about.
Yeah, I had like zero in the way of expectations for this game besides like, oh, it's gonna have a bunch of like cute anime girls in it. And, that's about it. I didn't even really realize it was a tower defense game because like it didn't really make that super clear in the like little preview pictures on the App Store.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was going to be like a tactical RPG. But...
Yeah, that's what I assumed as well, and I was like, we were both like, this better not be an FGO like.
Oh my god, yeah. I cannot express my relief
that
it is not an FGO like. I'm sorry to everyone who likes FGO, but you're wrong.
We disagree.
You have bad opinions.
But yeah, the story is really cool. Interestingly, it's not actually fully voiced.
No, it's not, which is honestly a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, it is a bit.
A lot of it is voiced, but some of it's not.
Yeah, it's mostly the battles that end up being voiced. But despite that, the stories do a good job of kind of like having an atmosphere, and they use art really effectively. Yeah,
it's very good. It is like the story is fairly dark. Which it's obviously not a guarantee of something being good. A lot of people think that just because a story is dark that it's going to be good. But in this case, it is both dark and good.
It's true, yeah. And the characters are all very like vibrant, very interesting.
Yeah, it's neat. And like the cast isn't super huge yet. And it seems like they're planning on working most of them into the story in some way.
Yeah, which I'm really, really into.
Yeah. So, speaking of the characters...
Yeah, so I'm on the character, like, operator screen here. They're all called operators because you play the role of a commander. And I was going to mention, I think it's really cool how the game kind of, like, integrates you into the story as the player. Like,
you have amnesia.
You have amnesia, exactly. And you have to prove yourself to the people in your organization that... you're actually good at your job still, even though you don't really remember what's going on.
So like again, we're not going to go too much into the story, but you lead a team of operatives who are doing missions for reasons you will discover.
You will discover them. And so like these are your operatives, and everything kind of has like an in-game sort of explanation. Like when you are leveling up your characters, what they're actually doing is viewing these like combat logs.
Yeah.
From the past. So it's like they're studying, essentially, which is kind of cute.
I think the combat logs are canonically like the player's previous missions, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right. So that, you know, when you are giving the XP to your units, like you're like teaching them or showing them what you've done in the past, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's nifty. Mm-hmm. So you have a bunch of different kinds of character. We will not exhaustively explain all of them.
Yeah.
Because the nice thing about this game is that each unit has like a more or less unique combination of talents and skills, but they all fall under a handful of different types.
Yeah.
So, the types are...
Yes.
Vanguard, Sniper, Medic, Caster, Guard, Defender, Supporter, and Specialist.
Indeed.
So, Vanguards are units that generate deployment points, which is amazing, and they will be your best friends.
They really are your best friends. I was like, I didn't really realize at the beginning, but now that I've realized, it's like, I'm so attached to my Vanguards.
Yeah, so if you can get a good, I mean, there's a lot of ways to get good Vanguards. Like, we won't
go into it.
I'm not gonna. This isn't a guide.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll put links to some materials in the description, perhaps. But
yeah,
don't worry, you'll be able to get a good Vanguard or two.
Yeah, you will.
Snipers are ranged units, ranged physical units specifically. Their main function is taking down aerial enemies. Mm-hmm. And also they tend to be low cost, which is very nice.
Yeah, you can get them out pretty zippily, which is cool.
Medics obviously heal. I don't know what to say besides that. They heal.
They heal. They have different types of healing.
Sometimes they have different kinds of healing. Yeah, there's some units that heal like multiple units at once, some units that only heal one at a time, but obviously heal more.
Yeah, they'll have like different ranges.
Different ranges, different buffs kind of thing that they bring to the table.
Yeah.
Casters use magic.
They use magic. Notably, casters have a lot of good like AoE. Some of them have good AoE.
Yeah, there's AoE casters, and there's also AoE snipers, and also AoE. Like, there's AoE versions of almost every damage type.
That's true, yeah.
Casters are for taking out enemies that have high defense but low magic resistance.
Yeah.
So it tends to be your big beefy enemies are weak to magic.
And they tend to have rather high costs as well.
Yes, they tend to be expensive. Guards are tanks. They guard.
Yep.
You
some of them
and your precious babies.
Some of them have like regen abilities, like my gal Neural here and our boy Matterhorn.
Yeah.
And then some of them like Gummy's here. Just shout out to Gummy.
Shout out to Gummy.
For being our friend Yuzu.
Gummy.
Who wants food Gummy. Like a Beagle here, her thing
Gummy.
is to like just raise her defense. So there's like different
Yeah, she
types.
just becomes tankier.
Yeah, exactly. Or Pora here, who I just
Yeah,
got.
so like even within the like archetypes, there's like variation. Like Gummy is technically a tank, but she's also a healer, which is cool.
And she can heal other people, which is really neat.
Yeah.
She tosses them eggies.
Defender is one of the weirder tags because it actually mostly refers, so like some tanks are defenders, but not all defenders are tanks. Some defenders are melee DPSs.
Yeah.
But their like purpose is to just kind of intercept key enemy units and take them out.
Yeah, exactly.
By having they're like survival based, or like they have a lot of health and a lot of attack, so they can take a lot of damage but also dish it out.
Yeah.
So like Melantha is a good example of it.
Or where is she? Natoi Maru as well.
Yeah. I guess they're technically not defenders, but
yeah, she's survival DPS, but essentially that's the function.
Oh no, they're guards. I have this backwards. Defenders are the tanks. Guards are the other kind.
That's right. Yes, you're right.
I know what I'm talking about.
You do more than I do anyway.
Guard is the little sword icon. Class, yeah. It's actually if you go to one of the units and you click on the little icon in the lower left, it tells you what all the classes do.
It does. Imagine. It took me a while to find this. Actually, I was like, which one of these are vanguards? Oh my god.
And then the last two, specialist and supporter, are. It's funny that they're separate tags, but I can kind of see where it comes from. Supporters either buff or debuff. Generally, that seems to be what they mostly do, or they slow enemies, which I guess is a debuff. Specialists do weird things, like for instance, our girl Deep Color, who summons tentacle monsters to block off key points on the map, which is actually super handy early on. So if you get her early on, she's really useful.
Yeah, it's delightful.
Or
honestly.
Our friend Shaw, who pushes enemies, so you can use Shaw to push people off rooftops or into holes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To use on maps that have terrain advantages.
A Rope who does pulling with her rope.
Yes. Her name is Rope. She has a rope.
She has rope.
Her thing is rope.
Rope.
Yeah, so that's basically the kinds of units. There's just so many different kinds of abilities that there's no way that it would make any sense to like go into them all. But so like, or like to give you an example, there's like a melee DPS that does magic damage instead of physical damage because sometimes that's useful.
Yeah.
So like, it's clearly the kind of game that wants you to like change your team a lot depending on what you're challenged by.
Yeah.
Like what the map is doing.
Which is something I really enjoy because there are a lot of characters, a lot of the operators are very fun to use.
Yeah, and have really fun designs.
And it also means that since everyone kind of has this interesting niche, many of even the low rarity characters, like especially the 4-stars, are really, really useful.
Yeah, and honestly, there's like my team still has a 3-star sniper on it all the time.
Yeah.
I use Cruz on all of my missions because
Cruz
she's just
great.
And the nice thing about 3-star units is you can max level them and promote them very easily. So promoting is like taking them to like
an elite level.
And then essentially they start back at level 1, except that their stats don't go back down to what they were at level 1. It's kind of like if they max out at level 40 and then you make them an elite, it's like they're level 41 now, but then you get to level them to 40 again or to 50.
Yeah.
It just keeps going. So like if you promote them a lot, they just get really, really, really strong.
Which is awesome. And then there's potential, which you can increase when you get dupes.
Yeah.
Or there's like special things that you can use as well, different tokens that you can use if you don't get dupes of somebody. So.
And if you eventually run out of, or like you max out the potential on a unit, you can use those tokens to get these certificates for the store, which is I guess what we can talk about next.
Yeah.
it's not very complicated. There are many different kinds of currency.
Mm-hmm.
Certificates come from getting units. When you get a new unit, you get gold certificates, which are called distinctions. When you get a dupe unit, you get commendations, which are green certificates, and then shop vouchers come from just a whole bunch of crap, mostly dailies. And also there's like a map you can do that drops them, and you can get them from your base.
Yeah.
Also,
a lot of I think they come from your base too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so notably, you can get some units from this, or operators rather, from this, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, it is super handy.
Yeah. Then of course there's like your regular paid stuff.
Yep.
You can just buy things. You can get packs. There's these outfits are on that I haven't got yet.
Oh yeah, they cost like the there's
currency.
No, they actually cost like Oregonium, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, okay. Well, this one's free for hibiscus.
Yeah, the hibiscus one is free. Yeah, so there's two. I mean, it is the same currency, but it comes in two versions. There's Oregonium, which is like the one you get from story missions and from events and stuff like that, which is like, I think it's worth 200 each of Orundum, which is the broken down version of it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what the red icon is. The red icon is the regular kind, and then and you can convert them back and forth. Yeah, you can convert Oregonite Prime, to exchange for 180 anyway.
Yeah, it's sort of funny.
It's the same stuff, but they have slightly different functions because you can use the Prime version to buy stuff in the store.
Yeah.
That's basically the only difference. If you go to pull, it will offer to convert your Prime into the regular kind, which is what you use to pull. But like,
it's whatever.
It's whatever.
It's whatever.
It's whatever.
And you can also get furniture because you can decorate a dormitory.
Yeah, you have a base.
Let's go to the base, shall we?
I
like the base. I think it's cute.
The base is very cute. It is, you have a bunch, you basically start, like, you slowly explore and develop this grid. And you put in power plants and factories and dormitories and a reception room and a workshop and an office. And these all serve different functions for getting you resources or making your units better.
Yeah, exactly. So, I like this. It's like a little way to kind of manage things, which I think is kind of fun. I guess some people might find it annoying. I don't know. You don't have to spend a lot of time with it.
Yeah, it seems like it's one of those things where it's worth your time if you want to put the time into it, but if you don't, I don't think you'll really suffer that much.
Yeah,
the only thing from it that I would say is probably really worth it is the office. Just because it helps with recruitment, which we will get to.
Yeah, exactly. So that is definitely something to invest in, but otherwise you can kind of just leave things alone if you really want to. But I really like it. I love seeing my little chibis walk around.
Yeah, it's really cute for seeing the little chibis.
All of your characters, all of your operators have like a special ability that's just for the base. So like Praminix here is really good when she's in a dormitory. She actually makes people cheer up faster.
Yeah, she's sleepy.
Which is cute. Yeah, and I really like this. It gives like another layer to their personalities, kind of.
Yeah, it also gives them like another, like, what's it called? Kind of usefulness.
Oh, yeah, usefulness. And it does build trust, which like increases their stats a little bit over time too, which is so it has like a combat function too.
Yeah.
So why don't we look at the recruiting and headhunting then?
Yeah, let's do that. Recruiting is definitely, I think, the most complicated thing about this game, and it's not even that complicated.
Yeah, that's something I love about this game is that all of the focus is really on, like, let's have fun making strategies to complete these levels. It's not about, like, oh god, I need to, like, farm all these bazillion things, and then there's, like, this mode, and this mode, and this mode, and this mode. It's, like...
Yeah, it's pretty streamlined. Yeah. Like, there are numerous different kinds of items, but they're mostly used for, like, there's just a bunch of different resources that you need to promote your units and different resources to level their skills up. But apart from that, there's no, like, weapons, there's no smithing, there's no worm prints, or whatever the cards are called in FGO. Like, your units are just your units. They don't have to, like, put anything on them.
Exactly. And, like, maybe people who enjoy customization might feel it a little bit wanting, but for me, this feels like the exact amount of stuff I want to have happening.
Because I only ever intend to play this game fairly casually.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it, and I've been playing it a fair bit over the past couple weeks. I don't know that will last forever.
Yeah, but it's also it's a fun game to play casually too, because I mean what we've seen of the events so far, you can play it in bursts and it doesn't really matter kind of thing.
Yeah.
It seems very casual friendly, because I mean we've both been playing it quite casually and it's been very fun. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So recruitment. Let me just
recruitment.
finish a recruitment really quickly so we can kind of talk about it. But it's a way to get a unit, essentially.
Basically for free. I mean, not for free. You have to have recruitment certificates, but those drop like candy.
Yeah, they do.
And it costs a little bit of money, but like a pretty nominal amount.
Very
but it
small.
does the main thing is it doesn't cost the currency you use to pull with.
Yeah.
And it's neat because you can actually get units of all rarities, although it's very unlikely that you will get 5 and 6 star units.
Yeah.
You can.
You can.
But what's
you need
cool,
to like have stuff upgraded and things like that.
I actually don't know if that's true. Because the guides that I've looked at about recruitment haven't mentioned needing the office to be at a particular level.
Right.
It's just that it helps you because it gives you more slots. But I don't think I think it's just like a very low chance. Anyway, so basically the premise is, I don't know if you're looking at it right now.
I am.
See your scream.
Yeah.
Okay. Your scream. I cannot. See your
I can't
scream.
see your scream.
You get these. This screen comes up. And you have job tags, and you pick up to 3 of those job tags. And then you set a duration for the recruitment, and you pretty much always want to max it out at 9 hours.
Yeah.
There are some like fringe cases where you go for less, but don't worry about that for the time being. We're not a strategy guide. So you max it out at 9 hours. It counts down for 9 hours, and at the end of those 9 hours, you get a unit. And theoretically, you get a unit that has the tags that you selected. It may be a combination of them, or it may be all of them.
Yeah.
And the longer the recruitment goes, the more likely it is for those tags to not disappear, because they can fall off over the course of the recruitment period, which means you don't get a unit with that tag.
Or like if you put 2 of the tags on and like they're not compatible with each other, then it will be
one
like
will fall off.
Yeah, exactly.
So you want to pick tags that are compatible with each other, because certain combinations of tags will get you better, or will make it more likely that you will get better units, and there are certain combinations of tags that will guarantee you certain high rarity units, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Getting those is unlikely, but
it's fun to try.
It's fun to try, and we will definitely at least put the link to that guide in the description, because it is cool to know, and it helps you to know which tags to look out for.
Yeah, somebody made a cool little tool that helps you sort of like figure out how you can get.
It'll if you select the tags that you have available to you, it'll show you what kind of units you could get.
Yeah, which is really neat.
Yeah. 2 tags that we can definitely tell you to look out for. If you ever get them, you absolutely should select them, are senior operator or top operator.
Yeah.
Or I think it's just senior and top.
Yeah, I think it's senior and top. Something like that. Yeah, no bottoms don't get rights in
no rights for bottoms. Yeah. There's no bottoms tag.
There's starter, but no bottom.
Starter. So if you get either of those, senior operator guarantees you a 5-star.
Yeah.
Top operator guarantees you a 6-star.
Which is bonkers.
I think you still have to probably put it. I don't know if you still have to put it at like the max. You probably want to put it at the max duration, because the tag can still fall off. I guess
exactly. Yeah, you want to just
that possibility.
Exactly.
There's also units that you can only get from recruitment through specific combinations of tags, and there are. I only learned this today, or at least noticed this today. There are robot units, which are not people, and robot units don't seem to count toward your deployment limit.
They do not, and they're so cute.
And they're so cute, because we love robots.
I have Lancet 2, who's my friend,
too.
And he has this cute little voice. He honestly sounds like the machines in Nier, so just a warning in case you're not ready to cry. Prepare yourself before you talk to little Lancet. You could even put him in your base. And he's just like, I'm gonna do my best. He's just vibes. I'm gonna put him. Oh, he is in my base. Look, here he is.
Just straight vibing.
And you touch him and he goes like, oh. He's so cute. Anyway,
I can put him as I can put him on my home screen.
Oh my god, I should do the same thing.
Lancet.
He's really cute.
Funny boy.
So yeah,
Doctor, you've been working far too late these days. Please get adequate rest, or Dr. Calcit may give you an earful next time she sees you.
Oh my god.
They remind me so much of he reminds me so much of the Tachikoma from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh my god. I wonder if that was
actually... That's the energy.
I feel like maybe there was a...
This game honestly has really, really strong Ghost in the Shell vibes to it. It's like that particular flavor of cyberpunk, where everything's a little dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's a little dirty, but
stuff is always dirty in cyberpunk, but it's like
that's
anyway.
True. It's a certain type of like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to get Scotty. I haven't looked at this gacha screen yet, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, she's pretty. I'm really glad I got her. I was like, I pulled very like as soon as I had enough currency earlier, I pulled and I got Scotty, and I was very excited. I'm glad I did. But as soon as I was done, I was like, oh, I maybe should have saved that. We could have done it in the video.
Yeah, I played last night because there was a really useful operator in called Silver Ash. And I kind of like panic pulled for him last night at like, I don't know, 11 p.m. or something. I had a really crap pull, so yeah, it was what it was. It happens, but I think I should be able to get enough. Look at her. She's got white hair and red eyes. Like,
I know, she's coming for you.
She's coming for me.
So the first time you pull in a gacha in a banner. On this, I guess they're banners in this one.
Maybe.
In a bag? They come out of a bag.
They come in bags.
They come in those like duffel bags. So the first time you pull in a duffel in this game, you are guaranteed a unit of 5 stars or above, but that's only good for the first time you pull, and every time after that, it's just kind of the regular. You'll probably get a whack of 4 stars and then maybe nothing else.
Which is still useful, so it's...
Yeah, 4 stars are still good, and like it's nice to get dupes because you can increase your potential for your units and you can get those certificate-y thingies. But be warned, this only has like a guaranteed whatever of an up for 1 pull.
Yeah.
So...
Be wary of that.
The usual rules apply about pulling.
Yeah.
Be responsible.
Be responsible. The 6-star rate is only 2%.
Yeah.
So,
But it does have a pity component. You have to pull a lot, so it's probably not going to affect anybody who's not whaling.
Yeah.
But I think eventually when you get up to 50 pulls, it like starts to accumulate.
Yeah. And
eventually if you get to 100 pulls and you have not gotten a 6-star that whole time, you are guaranteed one. But that's obviously 100 pulls. But if for some reason you are an incredibly unlucky person and you're not whaling and you play this game long enough to do 100 pulls over the course of your whole time playing this game, the game will remember that, and it will give
say
you
we're
a
sorry
6-star. Yeah.
Eventually,
it takes it like it's not just on a particular banner; it's like for life.
Yeah.
If for the rest of your life, and you pull 100 times and you don't get a 6-star, you will eventually get one.
Yeah, thankfully. Have you ever slid the gacha screen around? It's very satisfying.
Yeah, if you like rotate your device, it moves.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
very stylish. I honestly enjoy just existing in the UI of this game.
The UI is very nice. At first, because it was not what I was expecting it to look like, I felt very like, oh my god, what is this? I don't understand it. But now that I'm used to it, I'm really into it. I'm like that with all new UIs, though. Every time I encounter a new UI, I'm like, I don't know where anything is.
I am frightened. Yeah. Understandable. It's really cool because that's almost the whole game at this point.
Yeah, I don't like there's everything else is kind of what you'd expect. There's like resource missions, there's event missions, like none of it really none of it's gonna surprise you.
Something that's really cool is Annihilation, though.
Yeah, Annihilation is cool. It's like an endless wave battle kind of thing, and you have to try to survive as long as possible. And over the course of the week, if you keep doing it, you get more pulling currency.
Yeah, I'm really close to clearing the first one. It takes a while too. Like you sit down and do this when you have like 20 minutes, sort of thing.
Yeah, this is the other thing. Yeah, another thing to note about this game is that either because it's the kind of game that you sit down and play for quite a while, or just because it is like this, it is a battery drain.
Yeah, it does use the battery a bit. I've been playing this on my iPad in the spirit of keeping it pretty casual. So I've noticed that the performance on iPad is really, really good. I don't know if I mean, based on what Krisu's saying, if you've got like a somewhat older device, then it's probably a bit of a hog.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst, but like, it's noticeable.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like at this point that kind of goes without saying for most newer mobile games. Like,
it's true.
Just, like, gaming on your phone just drains the battery, and that's
Yeah.
just how it is.
That's just how it is.
Because like, there's nothing that drains your battery more than having the screen on.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, this is Arknights. I definitely recommend it. I really just tried it on a whim because, like, someone I follow on Twitter was retweeting some art, and I was like, "That's really cool. I like it," and picked it up on a whim, and here we are.
Yeah, it's I don't even really know. Like, it's as mentioned, I haven't played a game that has combat like this, so I don't know that I have a good reference point for like, if you liked whatever, you will like this. But if you like tower defense,
if you like Plants vs Zombies,
yeah,
you might
I have not played a lot of tower defense games. Like, I'm not good at this game. I want to be clear.
Yeah, it takes some getting. It has a learning curve, but it's a very satisfying learning curve. Like,
ooh, that's actually worth mentioning. The tutorial is great.
Yeah, we were on the same brainwave, interspersed betwixt all of the like actual story operations. There are tutorials as well, and the tutorials are really cool because they're all done like in character as well.
And they only introduce one concept at a time.
Yeah, so like
you really learn to play this game like very gradually, and like it doesn't overwhelm you with all the options you have.
Yeah, it's so well done. Like in this one, learn about the synergy between defender operators and AoE caster operators, and learning that changes your life, honestly.
Yeah.
Or like in this one, learn how to use skills and how to take on strong enemies with defender operators. Like, and then the stages after that will like put what you've learned into practice, which is really cool.
And yeah, and like it doesn't throw any challenge at you before you've been taught about it. So like it won't give you a stage that you need to know about defenders and AoE casters before it's already introduced you to the concept. It's very nice, and like it happens over the course of like 2 chapters of the story. Like, you're still getting tutorial missions into the 2nd chapter of the story.
Yeah, which is great. And there's also a practice, so you can play without losing your sanity. The like stamina in this game is called sanity, which I love. You restore stamina, you restore your sanity mostly through eating fast food and chocolate. Yeah,
but also through these weird
potion
emergency supplements.
Yeah. Where are they? Yeah.
Which kind of look like weird little. Yeah, they just.
A lot of them. Yeah, I don't know what the heck this is actually. It looks like a nuclear missile that's like.
Yeah, it looks like a missile coming out of a rock. Like, I don't know how to make sense of this image.
I don't really know what I do with this and my body, but it occurs, I guess.
Yeah.
But like you will get sent like chocolate, and you can even see it. Yeah, you can see like the fast food here, and we can't see the chocolate one from the old event, but yeah, it's very cute, and they send you letters being like, it's fine to have fast food sometimes, Doctor. I love its drink from Amiya.
Yeah.
It's very charming.
It's very cute.
That stuff does expire, but like there's a thing that tells you when they're expiring, so you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, there's like your depot is where your items are in the bottom right corner, and it will give you a little pop-up that says you have consumables that need to be used.
Yeah, which is cool. So, yeah, that is really what I have to say. I've really, really enjoyed playing this so far. I guess we've been playing it like 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks?
I think it's 2 or 3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, and it's still fun.
Yep.
I never feel pressed to play it. That's what I was gonna say, and then I don't know, interrupted myself somehow. Is it's fun to fail in this game, actually.
Yeah, because
the game kind of expects you to lose.
And even if you don't use the practice tickets and you fail, you get your sanity back.
You do, and you just get like fewer and fewer sanity back every time you lose. So like,
failure is really built in.
It is, and you can learn from it. And that's another really cool thing about the auto deploy, is that since it like remembers what you did that was good, you can actually just go back and like watch the good thing that you did last time and be like, oh, okay, or you can like watch something that made you pass, but maybe you can do better next time so you can learn from it. You really feel like you are like an actual commander with like intelligence and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying it. And that's
that on that.
That's that on that.
Yeah.
You should try it.
You should try it. If you
should all try it.
If you try it out,
unless you really
know.
hate tower defense games, which
yeah.
I mean, it's certainly possible. So if you really hate tower defense games, then yeah, maybe you don't like this.
Yeah, maybe not. If any of you would like to add me, here is my me.
Here's my me.
Friends are pretty useful. You can use each other as support units, and you can exchange clues with each other in your like head office, which is kind of a fun little feature.
Yeah, we're still like not 100% sure. Besides the benefit of you get these credits for the store, but that's as far as we can tell the only benefit to doing those clues. But it's still fun.
Yeah, it's still neat to be like, oh, I go into this and I'm like, oh, I have an extra clue 7 and Chris needs clue 7, so I'll send it to him and he will, appreciate me as a friend and buy me more snacks and I'll be happy.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, yeah. It was nice to talk to y'all again. It's been a little while. Christy and I have been really busy. I work now and having a job.
Don't become adults. Just
stop. I turned 30 a couple of weeks ago and everything just like I can't see anymore. My knees fell off actually.
Yeah.
And
you're returning to the goo.
Finally.
Whence you came.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
It's just we would like to be doing more, but
we're both old men. We can't help it.
Yeah, this is just sort of how it happens sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
So, we will talk to you again hopefully soon.
Yeah. And we'll see y'all later.
Bye.